So it's still running 19-pound injectors. It is running a little lean up on the top end. He's not going to run it to death. He'll shift it about 5,000. Whoa.
Welcome to the Savage Productions YouTube channel. How's it going, everybody? Welcome back to the Savage Productions YouTube channel. We're here again with this beautiful black 86 Mustang. And today's the night, well, I should say tonight. Tonight is the night where we're getting it running. I think it's currently like 8:30, 9 o'clock, something like that. Pretty much dedicated the rest of this night to getting this car running. We've been working on it since I got here, after I got here from work. It's about 6 o'clock, I'd say. And I think the only thing that's really left is we got to change the oil, hook up the shorty headers on the actual collector. It's already kind of filled up with coolant. Dad's been kind of filling it up every now and then throughout the day. So we'll have this thing running here in a little bit, and we just wanted to kind of show you, what it sounds like with the cam, the new shorty exhaust. I don't know if it's going to really sound any different than it did when it came in here. So we'll get this thing finished up, and we'll be back in just a second. Okay, well, Dad's getting oil drained out of this thing. Let me go ahead and just show you up underneath. So it does have Flowmaster exhaust tips. It's like some Flowmaster mufflers here. Is that factory H-pipe or is that aftermarket? That's like BBK or something, isn't it? Yeah, aftermarket H-pipe there. Everything else really is pretty stock. As far as back here, where it's usually pretty rusty, at least on my car, looks pretty good. You can see the wet sanding marks. I think that is from when it was painted. But this car's in really good shape. Has frame connectors on it. Probably could use fuel line, looks like. All in all, not a bad car. Get this oil changed, and then this thing will be ready to start. Everything is back to normal now. So if you didn't know what we did on this car, it had an issue which I outlined in a whole video on. It basically had a big loss of power up top especially, so if you want to see that video and how we diagnosed it, it'll be linked right up there. But anyway, we ended up putting new heads on this thing. You said we degreed the cam in just a little bit, is that right?
Yeah, we actually retarded at 4 degrees.
Okay, retarded at 4 degrees.
Up in power.
We set the timing on it. We put some nice valve covers on it. Cleaned up some general stuff. Put new shorty headers on it, which they actually look pretty nice for how cheap they were. They're all stainless steel. We put these nice Taylor cable wire holds on it. New hoses and all that kind of stuff. Yeah, a lot of stuff that needed to be replaced on it, right?
Yeah. Yeah, new spark plugs. Of course, the heads came with roll rockers and all that, so.
Right.
A new air intake temp sensor. Hoses, bunch of hoses. Just a lot of stuff was kind of needing to be replaced on it.
Well, so should be running right now.
We're gonna fire it up.
We got the oil in it. We're gonna go ahead and start the process of getting this thing fired up correctly. All right, guys, here goes first attempt starting it up. I'm sure the timing is gonna be off just a hair, so gonna be a little bit of adjustment there. All right, you ready?
Ready.
That was good.
It's got a little bit of lifter tap going, but they should pump up.
They'll pump up. All right, we're gonna get this thing finalized, get the distributor tightened down, open up the back door, and probably push it over there so we can really get this thing running right. Was surging a little bit just now, so we idled it up. It's a little bit too high right now. out that the intake that's on this thing has a little bit of a vacuum leak, so if I take my foot off of the gas right now, it actually starts surging. It won't idle right, so...
it's the EGR block-off plate that they've got on it.
Yeah, they put this little plate on it, and I guess that they didn't really seal it up very nicely, so we're going to have to fix that. But we're going to take it for a little ride, make sure that the head's actually fixed the power problem, and then this is going to be something else, really. So I'm going to go take it for a quick little ride and let you all know how it goes. All right, so we just got back from the drive. Things running pretty good. We could definitely tell that the power issue is fixed, but the main culprit right now that we have to fix before we really record the drive is this vacuum leak. So that plate right there, that plate that replaces the EGR, and I guess the gasket in between there is what's actually leaking right now. So it's weird. It's causing such a vacuum leak, and this thing's a speed density car, so it's really all based on the amount of vacuum that the engine is seeing. So the vacuum leak is really causing this thing to have quite a few issues. So for one, it won't idle right. For two, when it's cold and you bring the RPMs up, when you're driving it, obviously, it also feels like it doesn't have any power. So it was kind of like what it was doing before. But once it got a little bit more warmed up, that we think that gasket that's in between that plate where the EGR goes and the intake, we think that it heated up and kind of sealed a little bit better, so it has less of a vacuum leak. Because after driving it for a couple of minutes, we did another pull. The thing actually ran really good. So the power issue's gone. That's awesome. Those heads had to be the fix for it. These heads that are over here that he had on it, they definitely had to have some issues going on with them where it was losing a lot of vacuum. Hopefully it's not multiple vacuum leaks, which that would kind of suck because it's hard to trace down the exact source of it. But we know for sure that the EGR plate is leaking because Dad put his little, doctor's ears up to it, Dr. Savage ears up to it, and he was able to hear the exhaust coming out of that EGR plate. So that's going to be fixed. And then we're probably going to take this thing for a ride after that, make sure that it's fixed, get you all a little bit of video with that, and we'll add it to the end of this video. All right, guys, so it's been about a week. We ran into some other issues with this thing, like I was talking about with the vacuum leak and all that. It was still kind of acting weird even after we fixed the vacuum leak, but it's definitely got better after we fixed the vacuum leak on the intake EGR plate spacer thingy, whatever it is. Well, EGR block-off plate, that's what it's called. But we fixed that, and it ran really good. It still was kind of falling, not so much on its face, but you could tell it just kind of didn't have the power that it really should have up top. It was acting a little bit weird. So we went back into it and found out that the injectors were the root cause of the problem. We also put a new fuel pump in it because it was dropping fuel pressure. But we put a fuel pump in it, and we put some replacement stock injectors in it that the owner got from one of his buddies. His buddy's car was running fine, so he said, put these in, they should work, and that actually really solved the problem. So after that, the next thing was just getting this thing to idle right. It is very temperamental being a cammed speed density car, so it was kind of really nitpicky trying to get that thing to work. It idles really well once the thing's warmed up. It is kind of cold-natured a little bit, but what do you say? Think we can crank it up right now? Open up the garage and let them hear what it sounds like?
Think so?
Think so. Hopefully it sounds good. So we would take it for a ride, but as you can see, it is wet. It's currently raining, and this car is way too beautiful to be driving in the rain. We also just wiped it down because it got pretty dusty here in the shop.
Yep.
But we'll crank her up so you can see what it sounds like. It probably is going to surge just a little bit until it warms up because it hasn't been cranked in a few hours. doing pretty good.
And it's cold too.
Yeah.
It's not even at 100, so that was a cold start.
Dang.
Did what it's supposed to do.
Awesome.
It's still idling just a little high because it's below 160 degrees.
Yeah.
But once it gets up above 160.
So you think it relearned a little bit?
Yeah.
I mean, we had it idling for probably 10-15 minutes just to make sure it kind of, you know, it came down and warmed up and idled well, but
yeah,
it sounds pretty good now.
Yeah, tomorrow, it's not going to rain tomorrow. He's coming to pick it up, and we'll take it for a ride again. And
all right.
I think it'll be good.
Cool. So this thing's ready for the customer to pick up. He's going to be here tomorrow. Well, no, not tomorrow. Monday. Right?
No, tomorrow.
Oh, tomorrow?
Yeah.
Okay. So he's coming
here tomorrow.
So he's coming here tomorrow. He's gonna.
It's supposed to be nice tomorrow, not raining. So.
Yeah. So he's gonna come pick it up tomorrow. They're gonna try to take it for a drive, just a last little drive. I guess Dad's gonna let the owner drive it, and then he's gonna try to record just so you all can kind of see what the car pulls like, because the owner's really impressed with the way that the track heat kit works on it. It's the TrickFlow 170 fast as cast heads, but he's really happy with the way that it pulls.
I went for a ride the other day. The injectors were still acting up, but he could feel the difference. Like it was night and day difference. Even though he didn't even really realize they were acting up too bad. I'm like, no, can you feel that? And he goes, oh yeah, I can feel it. And
because it would just kind of pull, and then it would just.
It was weird. Sometimes it would kind of like pull good, drop off a little bit, and then pull back again, and it didn't act like it was a spark issue. You know what I mean? So he brought me those injectors, and I cleaned them up, and put them on, and man, it cruises good now. Like unbelievable.
Cool.
So
that's awesome.
Yeah, he's excited. He said it's been ever since he bought the car, even when it had stock heads on it. It's never ran right. Like he couldn't even cruise on the highway in 5th gear because it was always like bucking and doing that stuff.
Yeah.
Shoot, I was in 5th gear at 65 and it was at 1200 RPM because it's got 273s. Man, it just as smooth.
That's
yeah.
awesome.
Yeah, it was.
Well, I'm sure he'll be super excited about that. It did take what three shops and probably a bunch of hours spent.
Dude, I'll tell you what, it was tough because it had so many issues, man. It had
Whoever worked on it before, whether it was the guy he brought it to beforehand or the guy who worked on it before he even got it, they did some weird stuff to it. So we had a lot to fix.
Yeah, it just had so many issues, you know. But
Yeah.
The next thing he's going to do, he's going to convert it to mass air. We're going to put 24-pound injectors in it, and that'll be after the summer. He's just going to enjoy it for the summer, be able to drive it, have fun.
Well, that's going to be a wrap on this video. I'll throw the recordings of them actually driving the car, and you can get the customer's reaction in here as long as he wants to be on camera. If not, Dad will make sure he doesn't actually get him on camera, but we'll throw that here at the end of the video. But anyway, thank you all so much for watching. If you like this video and you want to see more projects like this, please subscribe to our channel. We're really close to 1,000 subscribers, and I can't thank you guys enough for sticking around and enjoying the content, liking the videos and all that stuff. I've already said it a few times, but so if you guys don't already know, this is my 1993 Mustang. We're putting a 363 cubic inch small block Ford in it right now. Well, not exactly right now. It's in the process, but we're gonna get to it here in the next couple of weeks because I'm getting the itch to get this thing done. But anyway, it did have the 331 in it, and that's one of my most popular videos, is the video that I had on it, just some old recordings of us drag racing the car and how much power it made on the dyno and all that stuff. And a lot of people had been asking for the build sheet on that, and I'm going to release a build sheet video of the 331 that you all can replicate the exact build, but I'm going to be releasing that at 1,000 subscribers. So if you're interested in that, please hit the subscribe button, help me get to that point. That's going to be the end of this video. Check out these clips at the end, see how this little pony runs.
Hey, what's up guys? Welcome back to the channel. Today we're actually, as you know, we did a little filming yesterday, me and Justin, and we got this beautiful black Mustang back running again for the owner. It's actually running really good. We just took it for a ride and forgot to do a little filming, so we're gonna do it now. So anyway, this is Brian. He's the proud owner of this beautiful 86 Mustang GT T-top car. He was gonna just kind of talk about a little bit how long he's had it and what kind of issues he's had with this thing.
How you doing? My name's Brian Hounshaw. I've owned the car for about a year. Ever since I've had some issues with it, not idling right, not running right. I actually had the motor all rebuilt at another shop. Still had the same issues. Heard great things about Dennis and his shop down here, so I brought it down here for him to fix it. And now it runs like it should run. This is my 16th Fox body.
Wow.
About my
16.
14th top car. Yeah.
Holy sh! Really? You've had 16?
16 of them. So this is my favorite one out of the bunch I've had so far.
Oh
so
my gosh! I know you said you had a lot, but I didn't realize you
Yeah.
had 16 of them.
My 16th one. So this one is the pride and joy of mine. So you've done a great job on it. I'm excited, and let's go give her a drive.
Man, that's cool. Let's check it out. We'll get in here and see how she does. Wow, 16. I can't believe that. I thought I had a lot of them. All right, we're going for a little ride here. We actually took it for a ride already, but we're trying to get the computer to learn a little bit. This one has a little comp cams in it, and it's a speed density car. So, you know, they're very, very picky, these speed density cars with any type of a cam at all, because it is it's a map sensor instead of a mass airflow, so the vacuum really goes crazy. But you know, whoa. It's got a 273 gear in the rear, which is, you know, definitely needs to be changed, and he's going to change that out maybe later on in the summer, or maybe maybe in the fall when the car, maybe even the winter. He's probably spent enough money on this thing right now.
The big thing is it's never revved over 42 or 4300 RPM since I've had it. It would never get there.
Yeah.
And now it's just revving free all the way up to 5,000, 5,500 without a problem.
Yeah, it seems to run pretty good. I think the computer still needs to learn a little bit. We got it to idle yesterday pretty well. And the drivability is really good now. It's smooth, very smooth. But yeah, we got it to idle. We adjusted the throttle positioning sensor, made sure no more vacuum leaks, and we couldn't drive it yesterday because it was raining. So we basically had to do everything in the shop, and of course we got to get the computer to learn, you know. So it seems like it's doing okay. It was kind of hanging up on the idle a little bit a while ago when we drove it. We let it sit out there and idle for a good 30 minutes, and I think it might be doing good now. Might have to bump the idle down about a 16th, maybe an 1/8 of an inch there. Very, very slight idle adjustments on these to get them happy. But man, it's driving really good now. You can actually take a left right here too if you want. Sounds really good. So this thing's got engine 5/8 shorty headers, stainless steel headers. Don't have to worry about them rusting. Take a right here, and then it's got their 2.5 inch collector. It's got a 2.5 inch X pipe with American Thunder Flowmaster mufflers and tailpipes. And that sounds really good. That gives you that old school Fox body Flowmaster. Yeah, this thing's going to be a beast when we get a gear in it.
Yes, it will.
So it's still running 19-pound injectors. So it is running a little lean up on the top end. So he's going to he's not going to run it to death. He'll shift it about 5,000. I wouldn't shift it much past that, because he's got to bring it back later on in the year and do a mass air conversion, put 24-pound injectors. We could do 24-pound injectors without the mass air. usually it works pretty well. Sometimes you got to lower the fuel pressure though, you know, at idle, because it will run rich at idle. So we may play with that a little bit. Maybe try it without a mass air conversion.
The car's only got 68,000 original miles on it.
Oh wow, that's right. I didn't even think about that. 68,000.
123.
123. Man, that's amazing, man. That is amazing. 1986. That's low mileage right there, buddy. Beautiful car. Got the old school Hurst shifter there. Couple of gauges. Got a water temp, oil pressure. And everything's holding good. Man, look at there. I think it's learning good, man. Yep. It's idling down just right, coming to a stop. And you'll be able to enjoy this thing now.
Now I can drive it.
Yeah. Let me show the back here. The back seats are like new. I don't think anybody's ever sit in them, actually. If they have, they got clean clothes on.
It's a big thing of buying it. It was such a clean car when I found it.
Oh, look at there. We got a Savage sticker in the back. So we're back at the shop. Appreciate you letting us work on your car.
Thank you. Thank you for getting it ready so I can drive it.
Heck yeah, man. I'm glad we was able to get it figured out. It was a little bit of work, but we got it figured out. So
anybody needing work on their cars, any performance product, I recommend this place wholeheartedly.
Cool. Well, I appreciate that, man.
Yep,
appreciate
absolutely.
that. Like I said, if you have any issues with it, don't hesitate to call and bring it back.
Will do.
We want to make sure this thing's right, because it can still have a little hiccup here and there, but I think we got it figured out here for now. So anyway, that'll do it on the video. If you guys like what you've seen, please share the video, like it, and please subscribe. Tell friends about it. We're going to have some more videos coming up soon. We got a lot of other builds going on. We're going to have fun doing it. So, hey, y'all have a good day, and we'll see you on the next one.